was, oh, that was really funny, or, well, how could you think that was worth listening to? I just thought that was interesting.
A lady was here last night. It struck me because she said she was glad the more skanky monologues weren't in it, and I thought, what do you mean by that?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I don't understand what that means.
She couldn't handle much more me.
Exactly. And I know, what does that mean? Is it the language that's skanky? Is it, I don't understand that, you know?
And I was thinking that it would be interesting, and I don't know if that's allowed because we're doing the vagina monologue, so, but to have a bit of point counterpoint of a little bit of, just a little bit of information about the other side, so to speak.
Like what?
Men's point of view.
Yeah, the Eve Ansler has a whole organization called V-Day, and so while men aren't allowed in the actual for vagina monologues, there are other things that she does, like V-Day Men, and it's basically a part of organization, so it's not as fun as this, but there's other ways that get men involved.
Right, like the men's response to the questions, or the men's response to what these women are saying, and what do they think they're really saying, versus what do the women think they're really saying. Just as far as having it be a dialogue, rather than just...
I want to thank my men friends that came. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. And I want to hear what the guy in the back has to say.
When she invited me, the only time I ever heard about this, I watched an episode of Friends. So I was thinking, okay, well, I won't be sitting there, won't go come out, and she's going to start yelling at me. So.
Is that why you sat all the way in the back?
What reason?
By the door, like the closest to the door.
You could exit if you got uncomfortable.
See, that's the problem with the dialogue thing, is that this was created quite a long time ago. Well, not very long, but long enough to where it's just like, a dialogue didn't exist, so women had to talk. And so since then, it's just been a tradition. So I guess there's like, I guess it's a nice tradition, but there should be things added to it to where there's more dialogue between men and women. But the reason why it's like that is because there was just men at the time it was created. It was just men talking, and so women need to speak out. My vagina is angry. I am sexual. I want this. This happened to me. So I guess that's why there's not a dialogue, because it's a tradition now. So maybe we can fix it past that.
Women get very excited talking about their vaginas, mainly because no one's ever asked them before.
I've had a great time just posting on Facebook. I'm going to vagina rehearsal. But I would be texting my mother over there about the vagina rehearsals. I didn't want to spell out monologues, so I would write vagina monologues.
You're talking about like backstage, outside in the cold, really, like about dressing up as vaginas next time. Like, because I was shaking the first performance. I was like, well, if I was just dressed up as a giant vagina, it would prove my point, and also you couldn't see me move. You can't judge me if I'm a vagina. Right in the eye, right in the clit, probably.
Yes, I said I was going to develop the Avenue Q version of vagina monologues. Thank you, Maggie.
Any other questions? Pushing a big snug.
Oh, what is snuggy? That'd be great.
Mine would be like an electric blanket. I have a question to the audience. If your vagina or whatever parts you have, mangina got dressed up, what would it wear?
That won't happen.
Tennis shoes. Hate the sweats.
My first thought was, why would I wear anything?
Yeah.
What do we have? Really easy. Showy. We are showy.
I never go anywhere without a hat.
At my age, an ace bandage. Is it? James Bond. Like James Bond.
Like James Bond's.
I'd like to knit a little welcome mat.
Mine would wear like a sign that says no trespassing. Thank you.
I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, what would your vagina say?
Out of water.
know what you're.
What?
Pussy galore.
Oh, shit.
I said last night I have two names for my vagina, depending on the condition it's in. A punani when it's, you know, and then a pukaki when it's really nasty.
Mine is Joanne.
I love the look on my husband's face.
Hi, Dad.
Well, there is something I did want to say. I teach, and I shared with my 10th grade students where I was going to be tonight. They turned several shades of red because, oh, senora said the V word. The thing that I grew up with is there was a girl that I went to school with. She went to another school. And unfortunately, her mother was not a very educated woman. And when her daughter, this woman who was about my age, was born, her mother saw a word and thought, oh, that would be a beautiful name.
Okay.
She named her daughter Vagina. Yeah. And so needless to say, the girl went through an embarrassing life, and I always told people her name was Gina. And then when she turned 18, she actually went down to the courthouse and had it legally changed.